Welcome back, listeners, to another episode of Smile Sessions. With the onset of fall and the hustle and bustle of everyday life, things can sometimes spiral out of control, even when you're so desperately trying to get your shit in order. I promised you, listeners, that I was going to be real and bring you the most authentic version of myself, so buckle up, Buttercup, because I am going to explain to you how things went sideways for me this week, and quick. So, I last left you with my Reiki treatment, and I was full of energy. Well, Monday rolled around, and the weather was so gloomy and rainy. Often affected by air pressure, waking up with a migraine was not a surprise. I have mentioned since giving birth that my migraines have gotten more frequent and impacting my quality of life. So much so that my doctor has prescribed me medication to treat acute migraine headaches. I needed to be able to work because it was difficult to be on the computer all day when you're dealing with a migraine. The medication prescribed to me belongs to a class of drugs known as selective serotonin receptor agonists, or triptans. It works by narrowing blood vessels in the brain, stopping pain signals from being sent to the brain, and blocking the release of certain natural substances that cause pain, nausea, and other symptoms of migraine. It's important to note that this medication is not used to prevent migraines or reduce the number of migraine attacks. It is only used to treat a headache that has already begun. I had to log off work and try to sleep it off, but I was unsuccessful. I had resorted to icing my head with multiple ice packs in rotation, and it also included nausea. Luckily, I had already booked a spa day on Tuesday with my family friend / hairdresser / cousin now that her brother married my cousin. Anyways, I thought a relaxing massage would help my migraine. Tuesday rolls around, I dropped off my son at school, and I returned home to enjoy a delicious Colombian cup of coffee before I headed out to my 11 o'clock appointment. Or so I thought. At 10:03, Sandra called me and was like, "Hey, are you on your way?" And I'm like, "Yeah, of course. The appointment's at 11, right?" And she replies, "No, my plans for a relaxing day had officially flown out the window." I was like, "Nope, clearly I mixed things up." But before I dashed out the front door, Sandra confirmed that they could fit me in for a 45-minute massage at 10:30. Perfect. At least all was not lost. I arrived at exactly 10:30 and filled out the forms before proceeding to my appointment. Since it was a shortened massage, and now that my head felt like it was 20 pounds, I asked the masseuse to focus on my upper body and cranium in hopes of alleviating the tension. The massage was lovely, and the masseuse was very knowledgeable. She could tell a lot of things by the tension in areas that were tender. She knew I was right-handed because of the extra tension on the right side of my upper body. She said that I should try to do simple tasks with my left hand to give my right arm some rest. Simple things like picking up an object, brushing my teeth, opening the doors, using a utensil. By simply using my non-dominant hand, I can improve memory, concentration, and my personal favorite, creativity. It also enhances overall motor skills and makes your brain work harder. She also recommended following the massage that evening to take a shower and then follow it up with an Epsom salt bath. She said not to rinse off the salt water from my body so that it can be absorbed into my skin, and the magnesium would help aid me with sleep. In addition, it acts like a natural exfoliant, leaving your skin feeling smoother and brighter. It helps as a detoxifier to draw out toxins and impurities from your skin. The mineral absorption through skin can help improve skin health. After the massage, we decided to go to the mall, grab a bite to eat, and window shop. I feel so bad for my friend Sandra. I was not myself that day. I guess once I was late for the appointment, it changed my energy. I ended up crying throughout our lunch, just about life in general and how exhausted and overwhelmed I felt. In the middle of eating our Jimmy the Greek chicken fillet salad and full-on ugly cry in motion, this woman goes, "I'm really sorry to ask, but Where did you guys get those from?" And I pointed her in the right direction, tears and all, because you know what? You can't be mad at someone who knows good food when they see it. Us foodies have to stick together. I mean, that took serious guts to ask the crying girl where she got her food that she's currently stuffing her face with. We walked around for a bit, and then we headed home. My emotional outbursts continued and were uncontrollable at times. This could be related to the Reiki I had a few days prior. Anything is possible. It could also be connected to my hormones being off the charts and waiting for my cycle to start. So I was extra irritable and sensitive. Does anyone else feel extra ugly during their luteal phase? It's like the second my body knows it's not going to make a baby this month, it's like, okay, guys, let's shut her down. And my skin breaks out, my hair is unmanageable, and I feel like a mess. So it turns out feeling of ugliness during the luteal phase of the menstrual cycle is actually quite common and can be attributed to several factors related to hormonal changes. During the luteal phase, which occurs after ovulation and before menstruation, levels of progesterone rise significantly. This hormone can cause various physical symptoms such as bloating, acne, and change in skin texture, which might make some women feel less attractive. The hormonal changes can also lead to mood swings, increased irritability, and feelings of anxiety or depression. These emotional shifts can affect self-perception, making women feel less confident about their appearance. Symptoms like bloating, breast tenderness, and fatigue are common during the luteal phase, and they can contribute to a general feeling of discomfort and dissatisfaction with one's body. There's also a cultural and social aspect where the perception of beauty is often linked to how one feels internally. When experiencing the physical and emotional symptoms of the luteal phase, it can be easy to internalize these feelings as a reflection of one's appearance. Understanding that these feelings are normal and part of the menstrual cycle can help in managing them better. If these symptoms are particularly bothersome, it might be helpful to discuss them with a healthcare provider. What I did come to the realization is that I faced a similar burnout experience approximately 2 years prior. What is the universe trying to tell me? What do I need to come to terms with? I am so thankful for my supportive manager who told me to ensure that I take the time I need to feel better. Not having to worry about my job during a time where I felt so low and vulnerable was very helpful. I took the advice of the masseuse and drew a warm Epsom salt bath in hopes of helping me relax to get a good night's sleep. I even followed up my bath with a warm cup of chamomile tea and honey. My partner got Leo ready for bed and read him his bedtime stories, and I hopped into bed. I put my hypnosis sleep meditation on YouTube and set my sights on Slumberland. And then at 11 o'clock, Leo called out. He was sleepwalking, of course, so I jumped out of my bed and ran to his room. Once settled, I headed back to my room to sleep until Leo called out again at 4 a.m., which at this point, I was drenched in sweat and had to change my pajamas. And Leo's screaming, "Mom, are you coming?" Like he has no concept of time, just to scream out at 4 a.m. So you could see why my migraine was still lingering when I woke up Wednesday morning. After Leo left for school, I tried everything in hopes of alleviating the constant stabbing pain in my head. I was cycling out ice packs that I had wrapped around my head. I was using the eye massager with acupressure points, migraine relief meditations. I had my feet soaking in hot water. I was beyond exhausted. And when you just want to sleep, it's sometimes painful to even stay awake. I ended up going to bed early with an ice pack on my head, only to wake up with the migraine still there. I was so happy my osteo appointment was booked for Thursday. This was the appointment I was waiting for, especially since she specialized in concussions and brain injuries as well as migraines. I have been searching for an osteopath since 2012, so it's funny how the universe connected me with my now practitioner through my son. Our boys are friends at school. So what is osteopathy? It is a physical therapy that focuses on the whole body. It involves using hands-on techniques such as physical manipulation, stretching, and massage. These techniques aim to improve the body's overall function by addressing issues in the bones, muscles, ligaments, and connective tissues. The benefits of this type of treatment help joints move more freely, reduce tightness and discomfort in muscles, enhance circulation, which can aid in healing, alleviate pain in various parts of the body, and support the body's natural healing processes. Osteopaths may also provide advice on posture and exercises to help maintain health and prevent future issues. Osteopathy can be quite effective in treating migraines, helps alleviate the severity of migraine pain, can reduce how often migraines occur, enhances overall well-being and daily functioning by addressing underlying issues. My practitioner was great and provided knowledgeable information about my treatment. To start, she had me stand in front of her so that she could see my alignment. I did mention to her that I had currently an ongoing migraine. I was then asked to lay on the treatment table, which, I have to say, was the most comfortable treatment table I had ever laid on. She laughed when I told her, but it made sense. She had added additional padding to it. Totally enhanced the comfort, that's for sure. As she was feeling around the back of my head and neck, she asked if I had ever worn braces, in which I did confirm. I had to wear a neck gear for 5 years, also known as an orthodontic headgear, for an overbite. I was really shocked to learn that this treatment, along with being a side sleeper and a growth spurt combined, had caused the misalignment in my spine. Wearing a neck gear for orthodontic purposes can sometimes have negative impacts on spinal alignment. Here are some potential issues. The pressure and positioning of the neck gear can cause you to hold your head and neck in an unnatural position, potentially leading to poor posture. Continuous use of neck gear can strain the neck muscles, leading to discomfort and tension. If the neck gear is not properly fitted or used for extended periods, it can contribute to misalignment of the cervical spine, the neck region, which may cause pain and stiffness. And for those of you who know me well, I have suffered with neck issues since I was 13. Misalignment and muscle tension can sometimes lead to compression of the nerves in the neck, resulting in the symptoms like numbness, tingling, or pain radiating to the shoulders and arms. So basically, the combination of injuries and my orthodontic neck gear was the perfect storm. It was so fascinating to see how much she was able to tell from my body. What I really felt beneficial throughout this treatment was the importance of breath work. There were times during the treatment that it was a bit painful, but breathing through it allowed me to feel the knots release. The body is so incredible, it astonishes me every day. Reflecting on this experience, I realized the importance of listening to my body and prioritizing self-care. The journey to healing is not just about physical recovery, but also about embracing the emotional and mental aspects. This week has taught me to appreciate the small victories and to be patient with myself. Moving forward, I am committed to maintaining this balance and continuing to nurture my well-being. I hope that some of the things I spoke to you about today resonated in some way. Until next time, keep your head up and keep smiling.